because I'm telling you guys, the struggle was fucking real. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell from the title, we are going to be talking all about my lash journey, the struggles, the ups and downs, and how I got to where I am today. I am definitely nowhere near as I feel to the level of success that I want to be, but I'm definitely so far ahead from where I came from. So just keep in mind that as well, knowing that your journey is going to be completely different from mine. My journey is completely different from others. Like, you know, everyone's journey is different. So, you know, what may work for me may not work for you, and vice versa. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into this video. So to start off, let's just start, I guess, from the beginning. Damn, like, I have been in the beauty community since I was like 15 years old. Like, I was doing nails, I was doing makeup for girls in high school, and I just kind of like excelled from there. Like, I was always hustling, I was always trying to pull in side money. You know, like, my boyfriend at the time was like always buying me like, you know, little palettes or stuff to like do nails and stuff, because it was just something that I was into. And then I was also reinvesting any money that I got back into like my little small business before, like, the way the beauty community is now was like completely different then. Like, the way we are respected as cosmetologists, as beauticians, definitely way more respected. We're way more well known, and people don't look at you as like a joke. Like, when I was in high school, I knew that I wanted to be a beautician. I knew that I wanted to go to cosmetology school. I wanted to work in a hair salon. I wanted to work in a nail salon. Like, I wanted to be a celebrity makeup artist. Like, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. Like, my mom wanted me to be a nurse. Like, everybody around me wanted to be just like some high profession. But you know, nursing, like, it sounded great and all, but it was just something that just wasn't for me. Like, beauty was for me. Like, that was what I wanted, is what I loved. Like I said, I was pulling out girls left and right in high school. I was doing nails on the side, charging like $25 for full sets, doing like $25 makeup, doing prom makeup. Like, I was just, you know, working whenever I could and getting some side money. It wasn't until like after high school when I started to actually like take the leap into the beauty world. My first real like beauty job was at Sephora, and that was honestly the greatest decision I've ever made in my life. Like, that is where my life transitioned. I grew so many skills. I learned how to talk, communicate well with other people, present myself, customer service skills, like people skills. I learned how to teach people, how to educate myself, and like kind of progress and understand product knowledge. I worked for Sephora for about like 3 years. So I've also worked for MAC for about 6 months, and I even worked at Ulta. I even worked at Creative Nail and Spa, and I was actually doing acrylic nails and toes there illegally. You know, I had to do what I had to do, sis. And then I finally decided to go to beauty school. I enrolled into beauty school back in 2018, and there I became a licensed cosmetologist. I got certified in hair extensions. I got certified to do lash extensions. And what was really cool about my beauty school is that they offered financial aid. So I was able to get financial aid to fund myself to go to beauty school. And also the lash program and the hair extension program were included in my financial aid. So I didn't really have to pay much out of pocket for school. So, and I get asked a lot like what beauty school I went to and if I recommend it and stuff like that. Like, I'm just gonna say, when I went to beauty school, I was like 22, 23 years old. I was really immature at that age. So, you meet really dumb people and you meet really, really good people. So I can't say that for everybody. I feel like no matter what beauty school that you go to, okay, you're mainly there to learn how to pass your state board exam. That is it. Additional courses or classes that they offer in your beauty school, you should look at it as a plus and really take advantage of that. So at my school, Miss Judy, which is my teacher, shout out to Miss Judy, she taught us balayage, she taught us how to foliage. She taught us a lot of things that we would have paid thousands of dollars to do outside of beauty school, which we're actually supposed to pay outside of beauty school. So what you learn in beauty school is just strictly for state board prep, state board exam, okay? So no matter where you go, that's what you're gonna learn. So it's not about what school you go to or how fancy it looks or how ghetto it looks. It's what you're gonna do with that when you're done. It's what you're gonna do with your license when you're finished with school. I met some really great people at beauty school that I'm still friends with and I still follow till this day, and who support me and I support them in their come up. So it is super amazing the friends that I did make through my school, through International School of Beauty, you could take the classic lash extension course once you hit 900 hours. So that was probably like 4 months into beauty school, and beauty school is about a year. Some people take longer, some people are shorter. For me, I took about a year and like 2 months. So about 4 to 5 months into beauty school, I completed my 900 hours and I did my course. And shout out to Miss Lisa. She was my classic instructor. She's also the barber instructor there and the esthetician instructor there as well. But what was amazing that I feel about doing my lash course through my beauty school was that I had my teacher at my grasp, at my disposal if I needed her. If I had any questions, I just had to run into the esthetician room and ask her. Or if I was doing one of my fellow students that day, all I had to do was have her run over real quick and check my work. So I was really, really heavily supervised until I graduated with my instructor. So that was super amazing. But at the same time, she still kind of like took off the training wheels and just let us do our own thing and didn't make us like help us learn things on our own. You know, she wasn't completely babysitting me, but it was definitely nice that she was there, that I could easily just run to her real quick and ask her questions. So let's just get into the actual like lashing journey and the struggle with it, because I'm telling you guys, the struggle was fucking real. This time I was working at Ulta part-time. So I was working at Ulta and I was also lashing part-time. So whenever I got off at Ulta, I was taking a client. If I had the day off, I would take as many clients as I could without overdoing it. So like I was doing both. Not only that, guys, I do want to say too that when I did first start lashing, I was probably at the worst. Like I was at my rock bottom, not even gonna lie. I had just graduated beauty school. I just moved back to my hometown. I got my car repoed. I was only making like $200 every 2 weeks. My car payment was $270, and I was just going through it, okay? And I knew that I wanted more. I'm only making $200 every 2 checks. Like I had bills to pay, and it was rough, okay? I was almost broke. I had to pay gas because at the time I was still going to school, but I was living in my hometown in San Jacinto, and I had to drive all the way to Palm Springs and all the way back. So like shit was adding up for me, and I knew something just needs to happen, and I wanted lashing to go. I was ready. Like I was tired of struggling. I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck. And it was just a lot. Like I'm telling you, like I hit rock, okay? And I don't recommend anyone to quit their job and do lashing full time until they are financially stable with lashing to support themselves, to at least pay their bills and have a little bit of like miscellaneous money on the side for yourself, okay? So I was going through it, sis. Like I was struggling. So this is my first actual set that I done on somebody, and this was my baby sister. So as you guys can see, like the before and after, like it was barely like not even like 40% of her lashes, but at least there was direction and there was flow, and that there was an actual like shape to her lashes. So this was like a really soft natural eye that I did on my baby sister. And as you can see, I did one eye, and then I went on and I did the second one the next day. So this in total took me 8 hours because I did 4 hours per day. So 4 hours on one eye and 4 hours on the other. And as you can see in this picture that my mom posted on Instagram, I was lashing on my bed on a paint bucket, and I was just using a pillow underneath my butt so my ass wouldn't go numb. And that's how I was lashing for a very, very long time. Like I was hunched over, like, oh my God, look at my back. Like, ugh, I cringe when I see this photo. But you know, the struggle is real. So you need to utilize whatever you have. If you're a lash artist and you're just starting, you're not gonna have all the expensive equipment, all the expensive products. So use what you have and make with it what you can, because I did. And that's how I was lashing girls. And I was pulling in girls whenever I can. I was charging $50 full sets, and it was taking me hours to complete sets, okay? So she was my first real full set that I did on somebody, and then there I was able to like show work and people were coming to me. So that was January 9th of 2019. And January 13th through January 17th, I was still getting some girls to come in. I was still lashing on my bed with the paint bucket. My ass was so numb, girl. The struggle was real, okay, girls? Like, please, know that you got to start somewhere and make what you can with it. So as you could see here, this was my next classic set. I was doing more girls in between, but I don't have any photos of those. And this was my first like hybrid set on somebody. As you can see, this girl had a lot of like really nice full lashes, and it was my first like full, I said hybrid, I'm so sorry, it was like my first full classic set of doing like at least 80 to 90% of natural lashes. So I was super proud of this one. This one got me a lot of traction. This one got me a lot of clients to come in, and it was taking me about 5 hours to complete both eyes now. And what's awesome about lashing, what I love the most, is even though it feels like it's taking so long to lash, it feels like your progression is forever. Like that journey it feels so long, but as you guys can see, from January 9th to January 17th, like progression was happening for me. I wasn't struggling so long. I wasn't taking 7 hours to do a lash set. Like it was now 5 hours, which is only a 2-hour difference, but it definitely was progress for me. Let's fast forward now to about January 28th. It was my birthday, January 29th, and my boyfriend got me a lash bed. So I upgraded myself. It was awesome. I was able to rearrange my room more, and I was able to have clients go from my bed to a lash bed. So my back wasn't hurting as much. Like my room was starting to look a little bit more professional. Even though it was a little bit cramped, you know, you had to make do. You got to do what you got to do, girl. You got to make your coin wherever you can. So I got my first lash bed. I loved her so much. Shout out to my boyfriend for this because it was a beautiful bed. It was pretty expensive, and he got it for my birthday because he knew, like, you know, this is what I wanted to do. So love him for that. And he got me my lash bed, and as you guys can see, like, I was able to like move my room around so that I could have clients come in. And I know you guys kind of see the door in the background. I only did that for the picture, but it still looked cute, okay? I still might work with it. I still did what I had to do. I was starting to really like this, even though in the beginning, those 4-hour, 5-hour sets, girl, I didn't want to do it anymore. Like I was done. Honestly, thought about quitting. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just like, this is not working. I'm only getting $50 for fucking 4 hours. Like, I'm tired. My back hurts. My ass is hurting. But I kept pushing through. Okay? You have to keep going. So I kept pushing. I kept pushing. So, you know, the more I started to progress, the more I fell in love with it. And I was eat, sleep, breathing lashes. Like as soon as I was done, or if I had free time, I was on Instagram, I was on YouTube. I was just doing whatever I could to educate myself and further my knowledge in the lash world. So I loved it. You know, my mom bought me a lash cart. So like I was starting to look a little professional. You know, I was starting to, you know, find my groove. I was building a clientele. I started kind of getting myself like a scheduling system. So as you guys can see here, I was on Instagram and I was just doing like my own little scheduling way. So again, I was working at Ulta part-time. So if I worked in the morning, I would take a client after. If I didn't work that day, I was taking clients. I was just busting in clients whenever I could. So as you guys can see now, of March of 2019, you can see that I'm starting to create flow, direction. There's uniformity, there's more shape. I'm getting more, you know, the sets are starting to look more uniformic. They're starting to look like full sets, you know. And I was getting girls coming in. I felt like I was progressing. And as of May of 2020, it was taking me an hour and a half to do sets, 2 to 2.5 hours. I have built a successful business for myself. I built a clientele. I was my own boss and I was making my own schedule. I got good pay and I finally quit Ulta. Oh, you guys don't even know how happy I was to quit Ulta. It was probably one of the worst retail jobs I ever worked at, but that's another story for another day. But I was finally able to quit Ulta and to financially support myself. I got my card of repossession. I was making really good money, like I said, and it was just starting to be really rewarding. So just know that we all start and it's where you end up, okay? So I started thinking that, you know what, I really like this. I felt like classics to me were now second nature. And I do want to say something. I do want to disclaim something. I did not take a volume lash course. I know. I know, okay? I'm probably gonna get a lot of controversy for this, but I didn't take a volume lash course. When I was going to International School of Beauty, shout out to my amazing lash instructor, Miss Lisa, because she did a mini fanning or volume workshop with us, and she didn't have to do that. She didn't get paid. We did not get a certification for it, but we did learn how to do volume lashes, which was awesome, which I'm so incredibly thankful for her for that, because as you guys know, volume courses are not cheap. They're very expensive, but she did that for us because she really wanted us to see us succeed. I felt like, and I still feel like, when it comes to lashing, you know, everyone has different opinions on this. This is just my opinion. Please take this with a grain of salt. I probably will change my opinion in the future, but for now, I don't really feel like you need a full-on volume course. I really suggest taking a fanning workshop and learning how to fan, learning how to crystallize, learning how to wrap that volume fan around that natural lash. So yeah, I didn't take a volume course, okay? I didn't. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. But I didn't. So with that volume course with Miss Lisa, which I'm so thankful for, which was amazing, I was able to learn how to do volume and hybrid through that. So I just kept practicing and kept practicing and kept practicing, and that was able to help me complete like nice hybrid sets. My volume sets were coming out really, really nice. So as you guys can see, like in March, I was still taking 4 to 5 hours to do sets, but I had uniformity, I had direction, I had flow, and I was creating shape within the eye. So as of May of 2020, as you guys can see, my classic sets are full. I'm getting complete direction, flow. Like they're just, I thought they looked so good. Like I was just progressing so well. I ended up moving. I had a bigger room to lash out of. You know, things were going really, really well. And my volume sets were chef's kiss. Like, and I was creating beautiful volume sets in a matter of 2.5 hours. So yeah, you know, it is not something that's going to happen in a month. You know, you need to take your time. Don't quit on yourself. Keep believing on yourself. Keep going and do not stop. Because if I stopped, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I wouldn't have had the studio that I have today. You know, I was able to move, and we finally were able to like create the garage into my studio. So you guys saw in my previous video, if you did not watch my lash room tour, you would know that my lash studio is actually an optional garage at my mother-in-law's house. So we ended up just changing that whole garage and turning into a lash studio. We invested a lot of money. We put wood flooring, we cleared it out, we put drywall. And now I have an amazing studio. I have established clientele for myself. I have a really good business going. I have now able to have a scheduling system for myself. I use a Curity scheduling system, and that will be a whole video I'll be making for you guys, going into details about that and payments and money for lashing. You know, I built a really great clientele. I have an amazing clients who are now my friends. I love what I do. I love that now I get to share my knowledge with you guys on YouTube, and YouTube is definitely something that I've always wanted to do, but I've been so afraid, and I've had such an amazing support system. So I just thank you guys so much for all your support, all your love, and to my clients who've been coming to me since I started lashing, and for never giving up on me. For those who work with me, for those who know that I'm human and that I have a life outside of lashing. Because lashing it's hard. It's hard. There's days when you want to stop. You're tired. You want to quit. And I didn't quit on myself. I kept going, and I believed in myself. And I know you can too. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. That pretty much sums up this video. I really hope you guys learned something. I hope it motivated you to want to keep going. Please don't stop. Keep going. Keep educating yourself. And keep thriving and believing in yourself, because you too can have your own successful lash journey. You too can get where you want to be and have that lash studio or work at a salon, wherever a case may be, where you feel comfortable with and you're happy with. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. So until next time, I will see you guys in my next video.